Believe you can, and you're halfway there. This was something that was stated by Teddy Roosevelt, and it's powerful. I want to talk a little bit about that. Belief. In so many ways, you are creating self-fulfilling prophecies. Because just like I learned back when I took motorcycle lessons, and I did, if only to get a permit to ride a motorcycle, because like the rest of my family had one, minus my mom. I'm like, okay, I gotta do it anyway. I gotta try. I gotta do it. So I learned exactly how to do it. I succeeded. Never really rode a motorcycle after that. Really wasn't my thing. After mopeds, just, But I remember learning one thing, and that was, you're gonna go wherever you look. So, for example, say you're riding along. This goes for riding a motorcycle, a bike, or really a metaphor for life is what I'm trying to lay out here. So if you're riding along and you see a tree and you're like, I don't want to hit the tree. I don't want to hit the tree. And then you're staring at the tree and you're concentrating on the tree and you're focusing on the tree. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Just take a guess. Take a wild guess. You're going to hit that tree. Or you're going to start moving towards the direction of the tree. Stop concentrating on the tree. Start concentrating on the road. Because the more you concentrate on that tree, the more it's going to occupy your thoughts. Now, I understand you do not want to hit the tree. Most people do not. There's probably like 2 of you out there in internet land who love hitting trees. I'm not talking about you, okay? You keep looking at the tree. But don't look where you don't want to go. That does not mean that you don't need to be aware, right? Keep it in your periphery, right? Okay, there's a tree there, okay, but I'm on the road. This is where I'm focused on the task at hand. I am going that direction. And beliefs very much shape our reality as much as they shape our destination. What you believe matters. And I'm not talking about you projecting your beliefs onto somebody else. I don't think that's warranted or necessarily useful in an unsolicited capacity. If it's something that you're asking a question of somebody in relation to their beliefs, their perspectives, their opinions, it's a different story entirely. But people just, throwing them out there at an individual who's unprepared, not waiting for it, it's a little weird. But your beliefs, not weird at all. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe you do believe that you belong in a society where everyone needs to hit trees. That's weird. But your beliefs are yours. And what you believe determines where you're going. It shapes your reality. It very much molds the outcome of any particular process, because whether you realize it or not, that belief is rewiring things or accommodating information that you're constantly taking in and enabling you to view it through your lens. Just like most of us have different prescription lenses, well, most of us have different beliefs. Doesn't mean that one person's beliefs are better than another's, necessarily. I'm not talking about reasonable beliefs versus unreasonable beliefs. When you believe something, then you unconsciously, now I'm making up words, unconsciously are shaping that possibility. Now, I'm not talking about The Secret, right? I think that's a bunch of hooey. But you can't directly shape the future. Like, you can't make the future happen simply by wishing it into existence. But you can change your course, you can change your destiny simply by believing what you want is what you're going to drive towards. That's your belief. And it starts with not believing in anything but yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you shouldn't expect anybody else to believe in you. It's not a joke. Because you will always be empty. You'll always feel this nothingness inside because you don't believe in yourself. You're just taking in all the beliefs from everybody else and their belief in you, and that's great. But the moment it stops, or abates, or recedes, or changes, you're still left with yourself. What do you got? You got your beliefs. That's what you got. When your head hits the pillow at the end of the night, what do you got? You got your beliefs. That's what you got. They're yours. And your beliefs are built upon you and your belief in yourself. That's where confidence begins. Determination. Independence. Belief in yourself. It'll open so many doors. And I'm not sure if there are many out there who believe in themselves. They might, and they may have come to terms with who they are, but do they need praise, adulation, support, beyond a reasonable amount of support? Because we all need support. You've got to believe in yourself, is what I'm saying, if you expect anybody else to believe in you. Because if you don't, there's going to be a gap. They could keep heaping on praise, it still won't be enough. Believe in yourself. It's so powerful because it will shape who you are and where you're going. You will create self-fulfilling prophecies, not based on negative thoughts or consequences, but the belief that what you're doing is what you believe is the right thing to do for you. I'm not talking about your belief that other people need to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. I think that's where you got to start thinking about other people, right? Not just yourself. But your belief in yourself will accelerate you further than any amount of external praise. Now, I understand that this particular philosophy, this particular opinion is very much centered on the idea of an internal locus of control as opposed to an external locus of control. But I've always had that. I wasn't taught this. I had it. I guess I'm lucky because I see people who don't have that and they struggle with not enough belief in themselves. And I'm not sure how you could effectively reinforce that. That's definitely beyond my ability to impart any amount of advice. But my advice to you is keep believing in yourself, or start believing in yourself if you haven't. And if you don't believe in yourself, find a way. Don't know what that way is. Reading, listening, learning, reaching out, getting help. Find a way. Because as the quote reads, believe you can and you're halfway there. It's true. Because if you believe you can't, you won't. Go ahead. I can't do that. I can't do that. You've already defeated yourself. You haven't even tried. Yeah, but I don't want to fail. We've already talked about that. Better to have tried something and failed than not to have tried it at all. Because at least you knew. And if you gave it all that you had and you still want to do it, well, you're going to still do it. And you're going to do it until it's done. But you have to believe in yourself. And then when other people believe in you, that belief in yourself gets stronger. And we are all filled with self-doubt. I'm not saying you should always be confident in yourself all the time. I think that's impractical. I don't think that's possible, right? It's not likely. But believing is half the battle. You're going to go in the direction where you're looking. And that's very much in your control. What you believe in. Starting with believing in yourself. Find a way, man. I see it happen over and over and over again. And the problem is, if you do not believe in yourself, you get angry at others for not believing in you. That's not right. It's not fair. It's not reasonable. You can't expect others to give you something that you haven't given yourself. You can't. Emotionally, certainly. You got to give it to yourself. You got to give that belief in yourself. So that when someone believes in you, that belief in yourself gets stronger. And that self-doubt gets shut out. That self-doubt gets silenced. Because you believe in something so strongly. And that belief drives you forward. And gets other people to see that belief. And you know, Chris, they may say to me, I like what you're doing. That reinforces that belief that what I'm doing feels right. Not necessarily feels good. Just feels right. It feels like the thing that I need to be doing. The thing that I want to be doing. Possibly the thing that I have to do. I have to believe in myself. I have to believe that I can do it. Especially if I haven't done something before. That's the time you need to believe in yourself most. Because there ain't no amount of confidence that anybody can give you that's ever going to supersede the amount of confidence and belief that you're going to give yourself. And if you hear me being emphatic, it's because I'm trying to get a point across. Don't foist that responsibility onto anybody else or any other system. It's you. It begins with you. How you get there is completely up to nature versus nurture. I don't have that answer. I can't tell you. I am not, someone who's an expert in anything but being myself. And I know what it's like to believe. And I know what it's like to not believe. And I know what happens. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again. Just believe and you're halfway there. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. You can't just wish it into existence. That's the secret. You can't just go, okay, there, it's done. No. But if you're going to create a self-fulfilling prophecy, at least let it begin with a strong belief that you're going to push towards a better direction. A goal. Not a self-destructive goal, but a goal that's somewhat constructive. A goal that's going to further you. Move your life along in a positive direction. Whatever it happens to be. But you've got to believe that it can happen. You have to believe that you have the capabilities to do it. Do not count on somebody else to tell you that you have the capabilities. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we really need that because of the self-doubt. But you still have to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, if it happens, it's going to be like magic. Like, how'd that happen? I didn't think I could do it. Then your confidence gets stronger. And you believe in yourself a little more. And maybe if you would have believed in yourself in the first place, it would have been an easier process. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. You're halfway there. Unless, of course, you're listening to this video, at which point you're at the point where you're on your own.